before they come in, or is that there specifically to frame that entryway?
Well, normally, so in this case, the rug is really small because that entry had rounded walls. When you're staging, we're not always customizing rugs to fit the area, right? So we had to use a smaller rug, and we would normally use a bigger one. So we do try to frame the door, frame the space, and we do try to walk in 2 steps on the rug. So I don't know if you've ever walked in a house in the winter and you take a step into the house and your feet are wet, you're full of snow, and you're like, where do I go? You just stop dead right on that rug. So there is a little psychology into that where we want people to feel comfortable the minute they walk in. So we do really normally want them to walk 2 steps on the rug, move aside, let the next person move in. So there's this whole awkward entry when you're showing the house right there at the door. So we try to remove it. And sometimes you can do it as easily as with just a rug. So yeah, great. That's what I was thinking. And I mean, this entryway just looks so much different staged. We're gonna move on to the great room and see what exactly Margaret did with the great room and why I think it just makes such a huge difference when you're selling a property, because it gives people a chance to visualize what this is. So take a look at this great room now, guys. This is after it was staged. And I have some ideas, I think, about why you use certain things and did certain things, but give us a little insight as to not only the furniture, but the bookcases, and some other things. Well, what was really important in this and in the luxury market is that the scale is right. So you need to we need to put furniture in that not only will this particular buyer relate to. So if you put things that are too small, out of scale, not expensive enough, the quality isn't there, we can cheapen this property. So we can either elevate, support the number, or we could not do just the opposite. So here we did use these sofas. They're expensive sofas. They're very large. They're 100 inches long. They're very restoration hardware-y looking. And then even our coffee table, it's huge. It's 4 foot square. So it was really important to use the proper scale. We are very neutral in our staging. I like to say it's quiet. We like to be quiet. We're not trying to overpower. We're not trying to say, look at me, I'm the staging. So we're really not trying to let the buyer come in and focus on the staging. We really want them to focus on the windows, on the mantle, on all the features that are there. So we are removing an objection to say, where does my couch go? Where does my this go? Where does my that go? We're showing them so that conversation doesn't even come up. It becomes about the property itself. So all we're doing here is showing the potential of what a buyer could do. So people on an empty room, this room was ginormous. So really, when we put this furniture in, it gave it proper scale that brought it in. And, before, if you saw it empty, your eye went up. So now your eye is staying a little bit lower. It is drawing you into the room. So it really does multiple things with that.
The first thing I saw when I looked at this room was the oversized furniture, because it has to be. This room